Hello guys, welcome to the course on Eclipse. In this session, we are going to see how to download Eclipse and debug your code. We are also going to learn a few shortcuts which will help you in your development work. So let's get started. First, let us understand what is Eclipse and why do we need it. Eclipse is an integrated development environment used in computer programming. It contains a base workspace and an existing plugin system for customizing the environment. For downloading Eclipse, we need to go to Google and search for Eclipse with a version. There are many versions available like Enterprise, Oxygen, and etc. I am going to use Oxygen for this session. So here we can see we have Oxygen 3 version. I'll click on it and it will directly redirect to the download page. So it is available for multiple platforms like Linux, Mac, Windows. So you can download it from here as per your OS requirements. I have already downloaded Eclipse for my system, and once you download it, it will be in the zip format. You need to right click on it and click on extract here. So once you extract it, you will have all the configuration and the properties files. You will also have a exe file which doesn't require installation. You can just double click on it and start using it. So once it launches, it will ask to choose a workspace. I'll keep the default one and I will click on launch. It will take some time to launch, so we'll wait. So once it is launched, it will look something like this. So this is the overall UI. Here you have markers where you will see the errors. Here you have the servers. You add any server to the Eclipse, you will see it here. There are other tabs like console, progress. You will see all those once you start running a project. So we'll see how to create a project. We will go to new. We will click on a project. I'll select Java project and click on next. I'll give a project name that is demo, and I will click on finish. So you can see it is asking for changing the perspective. Since we have created a Java project, it is asking for Java development perspective. I'll click on open perspective. So it will open the Java perspective, which will be more suitable for developing a Java project. Now our project has also been created. You can see the system libraries here and also the source file. So here we need to, on the SRC, we need to right click on new, then click on package. I'll create a demo dot application and click on finish. So inside SRC, a demo dot application will be created. Now inside this package, we will create a Java class. Let's swap two numbers. I need the main function and I will click on finish. So see this guys, the Java class is created. Now I will create one more class, new class, and it will be, let's name it as ABC. Let's have a main function there and I'll click on finish. Now if the demo is closed, the project is closed and there is no file that is showing, now you don't know how many files are there in your project, right? Now if you want to open any file and you know the name, you can hit on Ctrl Shift R, which will open a dialog box from where you can access any resources. So I know my file name is swap. I'll write swap and I'll click on open. So this is a shortcut to open any of the file. Now we can write a program to swap two numbers. Okay. Now if we want, suppose this is a very big file, now we want to go to any line number. Now suppose, let me hit on enter. It is a very big file. Okay, I am here. Now if I want to go to any line, I don't need to scroll it. I can just click on Control L. It will let me go to the line number. Suppose I want to go to line number 30 and I will click on enter. It will take me to line number 30. Now we want to swap two numbers, so I have already written a program, so I'll just paste it here. Now guys, see here it is showing a error. So in Eclipse, whenever you want to do an import, you don't need to write import. You can just hover over the error and you can click on import scanner, that is in java.util package. Now it is imported and the error is gone. Now if we want to know what is happening in each of the line, so one way to run this is, I'll just right click on the project and I'll click on run as Java application. It will run as we have input output statements. It will ask for inputs. I'll enter 4 and then I'll enter 8, and before swapping, after swapping, result is displayed. Now if we want to know what is happening in each of the line, we need to debug the code. What debugging means is, you will see what is happening in each of the line and you will be able to see result of every line. Now we know that these lines are fine, we don't need to debug it, but what is happening here we need to know. So I will put a debug point here. How to put a debug point? Just double click on the line number. So I have placed a debug point here. Now I will right click on the Java class and I will click on debug as Java application. Now I will show you few more shortcuts. Suppose we want to call a function from inside the main function. So I'll do public static void swap and I will paste the implementation of swap inside that. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here, and from swap I'll remove these things. Sorry guys, from main function I will remove these things and I will call the function swap from inside the main function. So I'll call swap. Now if you want to, there is a very big program and you don't know where is swap function inside the whole program, how you can go to the directly to that function? There is a shortcut, that is F3. If you click on F3, it will directly open the implementation of that function. Okay. Now while debugging, if you want to go inside this function, what you can do? You can do step into that we already discussed through F5. There are other shortcuts. Suppose if you want to see this variable x, where this has been initialized or how many times it has occurred. So there is a shortcut Control K. It will show you the next occurrence of that variable, and if you do Control Shift K, it will go back. You can see wherever x is there, it will find that. It is a shortcut to do find. Okay. You can always do Control F, but this is just a shortcut. Now if you are here and you want to know where this variable was initialized, you can select it and do a F3. So the control came here. So here it was initialized. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, guys. Thank you and have a nice day.